Good morning, everybody. And as you can see, this video is about Pequea Tedders. If you watch some of my earlier videos, you know I like this tedder, but we've had issues with it. And just for some people that don't know, this is the Pequea TT6000. It is a 2010, and just wanted to bring you guys up to speed quick. We bought this brand new in 2010. We came across the brand Pequea from New Holland, Pennsylvania. We're like, hey, that's awesome, an American-made company. Let's give them a shot. Like the job that the tedder did, but right off the bat, we've realized it had some durability issues. One of the issues being the bracket. If you see some of my older videos, this whole thing folds back, and once it folds back, this part pops up, so these transport wheels go into neutral, and then the weight, basically your tedding, is basically on your working wheels. So anyway, that's a lot of weight when it folds back, and it didn't have the proper bracket on it, and which was fine. Pequea sent a bracket up to the dealership, and they put one on, said it should have been on. Whatever, not a problem, not an issue. I can't remember which one it is, but we've had issues with a rotor that it wasn't anything that we did from use. It just didn't hold up. It blew apart. And I was talking to my dad about it. He actually said twice that it happened. Careful, buddy, don't do that. So the same rotor twice. Just recently, if you look at this cross piece here, you can see how it's kind of the same color, faded. This one's brand new. These welds around here broke. Buddy, careful. These welds broke, and this part, this flanged part here, broke off. Luckily my dad put a strap around this when he brought it up to the dealership, because the whole thing was about ready to fall off by the time he got it up there. So this summer I went to Empire Farm Days, and I had a wonderful talk with Ryan Skibo from Pequea. It's a Skibo company. It's I believe it's his family's company, and we discussed the issues, and they had a brand new tedder which would be replace this one. This is a TT6000. That one was a TT6101, and right off the bat I could see changes made, and I just wanted to go through and point out some of the changes between the TT6000 and the TT6101. And first off, we're going to start up front. So now we are standing here at a new Pequea TT6101. This would be the tedder that replaces our TT6000. And the first thing I see on it, right from the get-go, is an industry-leading 5-year gearbox warranty. That's got to make you feel pretty good. Just looking at that, stands out. So we're at the front of the tedder, and I have it on the 3010 just to move it. As you can see, this is too big a tedder for the 3010. This also takes 2 hydraulics remotes, where the 3010 only has 1. So we run it on the 4040, the 4055. The 2940 can run it. The hydraulics on it need to be adjusted, and it just doesn't seem to have enough oomph. I mean, that's a lot of pressure to bring this whole set forward. And first thing I'm going to talk about is, well, let me put it back on here. We have the jack. Hopefully I got it up. Okay. Simple things. You have this nice bracket right here. You have all different holes where you can adjust and put your hitch and adjust and get it set up just right. Here's the problem with this jack with this. If you want to go tighten it, that's always nice, so you have to kind of bring it up, and then you hit this, the stand to hit your PTO. So when you hook it up, you have to hook up your PTO and knock this down. That way you can kind of go this way. Loosening it, same issue. It turns in and hits like this. Not a huge thing. I know people want you just replace the jack. You're already spending, if you're buying a new tedder, if you're buying something, do you really want to go buy parts for it right off the bat? Especially something as simple as this. It's not a huge issue, until you hit your knuckles on this part right here. Then you start cursing and swearing at it. So that was one of the issues. So up front on the new Tedder, this is the same kind of setup where you can adjust your hitch up or down depending on the height you want it. And unlike the old one, something as simple as here's the jack. You will never bust your knuckles on this or the PTO holder again with this jack. Something simple like that to me makes a big difference. It's not so much a big deal on this tractor, but when you're in a cab tractor with this PTO shaft being straight right here, it stops right around where your hitch is. Sometimes it can be kind of hard when you're backing up to see where exactly you're lining up. When you're in a cab tractor and it's higher and you're looking over, that could be kind of an issue right there. So just something as simple as that can be, I mean, it's not enough to really like, I wouldn't buy this Tedder because of that. Excuse me. It's just one of those little things that it's a pain. On the PTO holder itself, it is moved off to the side. Now when you're backing up with your tractor, you have a nice view of your hitch and where you need to line it up. So now we're at the back of the Tedder. This is where everything folds back, and this is where like a wing would fold down. And right here you can see this universal. With this universal design, you really want to make sure this is kept greased with this universal. I know most Tedders, I don't know the technical term for it, I call it the fingers, how they interlock. That's always been proven to be like a better setup. So especially when it's folded up like that. But this okay design, I could see you having more issues with this as opposed to those fingers. And like I said, you really want to make sure that you keep this greased. So I'm standing here at one of the wings, and as you can see, instead of the differential, they went to the finger style. This seems to work really, really good, and they switched to this style, which I think it's gonna work pretty good. I think it's gonna work better than that differential. Staying right here, you wanna look at the framing itself. It's got this hex, or this square tubing design. And I've talked about this right here. It's already proven to not hold up on the weight. I mean, like I said, this piece is brand new because the weld's breaking. That's a lot of weight to be coming back, and just it's already shown that it's a little smaller than other Tedders, and it just doesn't seem to, well, obviously, like I said, this is proven to not really be too durable. I mean, this is 2018, so after 8 years, the weld started breaking. So here on one of the wings, and you can see they went away from that. For some reason, they don't have them sitting down all the way, but they went away from that square shape, and they have a rectangular shape, almost like the Crone Tedder. Looks more heavy duty, well put together, well built. All in all, I'm pretty impressed with it. I think it's a better framing for the Tedder itself. Like I said, that's a lot of weight to be folding back, and you want a nice heavy duty frame Tedder for that weight. And the older one, maybe not so much. This one looks a lot more heavy duty, well put together. So on this unit, you have two hydraulic lines. You have the main one that folds the entire thing back and the wings down as it goes back. And then you have the smaller of the two lines, which tilt it forward. You can, from the cab, adjust it. You can also adjust it right here. There's a hand crank. The issue with that hand crank is getting to it. Obviously right here, as you stand right now, there's nowhere to really do it. You have to fold the thing back. Majority of the time, that's where you're gonna be anyway. But even when it's folded back, you still have to stand here, reach over, and it's just harder to get to. Another issue that we've seen with this is just the way it sits now. As you're working, this will slowly move. It'll slowly loosen up. My dad just said he wished there was some kind of stop or some kind of a locking mechanism where you could, once you've adjusted it, lock it into place. So on the new tedder, the crank is in the back. So right now it's hard to get to, but like I said, you're really not adjusting the tilt while it's folded up. While it's folded back, you're gonna be right here, nice, easy to get to. And you also have this, I don't know if I can get to it now, but you also have that part that will pop up. You can adjust it, and then that locks back in there, so you don't have, when you're doing field work, you don't have it loosening up on you, which is a big thing. So this is the transport cart. This really hasn't given us any issues at all. This is pretty solid. You have chains, safety chains. So when you are going to start tedding, you have to get out first, undo the safety chains on each side, then you can fold it back. So this hasn't really been an issue at all. The transport cart is about the same. I think Ryan said that's the only thing on it that hasn't really changed. They still got the safety transport chains. Like I said, for some reason I don't know why the dealership doesn't have it folded all the way back down, but they don't. Anyway, the cart is the same. The transport wheels are just a hair different. On ours, you have another part that comes down. This is the open part. I like this. This is still nice. This isn't a big difference. When it folds, like I said, when it folds back, this part pops up, and these are in neutral. And on ours, I'm assuming this is the same way. But let me crawl out of here a second. On ours, you really want to make sure when you're getting ready to fold that up, that you don't come on a turn or anything. You want to make sure you're straight, so that part sits right back down and locks back into place. Otherwise, your wheels could be off a little bit, and you don't want to be going down the road like this. So, yeah, that's the only thing. Most of the time, you're finishing up, you're straight anyway. So, this tedder, I see a lot of improvements. A lot of our complaints and a lot of our issues on the old one, they seem to have corrected with this one. I'm impressed with this. It looks really, really nice. This makes me, it makes me want to give Pequea another chance. Like I said, seeing the improvements from our complaints, seeing them improved on the new one, and the nice meeting we had with the guys from Pequea, with Ryan, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but he was in their warranty. He worked with a lot of their warranties. So nice talks with them, and it makes you wanna do business with them. So I talked to Ryan when I was at Empire Farm Days. We're about done this year, so it's not gonna be this year, but maybe next year we can look at working on a deal. And I told him when we go to make that deal, see how this one works, and maybe we can get him to appear in a video or something. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful if you guys are looking for tedders. We'll do a little bonus feature, because sitting right next to it is a nice Pequea SL10, so a 10-ton lime spreader. And these tires are massive. Pretty sweet. So anyway, I'm going to be heading back down the road. I just want to do the comparisons of these two. Like I said, I hope this was helpful. Thumbs up if you like a video, or like this video. Drop me a comment below. Check me out on Instagram. Give me a shout, say hello, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, this week, I'm going to be posting this probably Monday, so in a few days on Thursday, the long-awaited video for some of you. I am going down to New Jersey to see my uncle. My mother's going down, so she wanted me to go with her because she's going to have my 2 kids and my nephew, so it helps to have a little extra hands on board. So I will be taking videos of his 4 tractors. He does have 2 John Deeres, and he does have a newer New Holland, but we are going to be taking a look at some nice old Ford tractors. So for some of you guys that like Ford tractors, getting attacked. For some of you guys that like Ford tractors, you'll love that video. So stay posted, and we will see you guys later.